4 M's with a deeper dive into the microcirculation. Greetings, Max McLeod, aka the Nutrition Ninja Doc, here to quickly review the 4 M's and take a deeper dive into understanding the microcirculation and how to restore it. I spent over 50 years in the in-depth study of health, nutrition, fitness, and natural therapies. I've learned a lot and still have a lot more to learn. I constantly strive to put it all together to improve my efficiency at helping people to achieve their health goals. Developing the 4 M's concept is my latest breakthrough. Here's a quick diagram just kind of showing the interrelationship between the 4 M's: microcirculation, mitochondria, metabolism, and muscle. And I did an overview video that helps to explain how they kind of work together and how I consider them to be the foundation and primary cause of all chronic disease, as well as the most important thing to consider when trying to heal from any condition, whether it be chronic or acute. The 4 M's. Again, the microcirculation consists of the smallest blood vessels, the arterioles, capillaries, and venules. The microcirculation doesn't get much press, but it makes up about 99% of the entire circulatory system. Think about it. The heart is a pump. Arteries and veins are basically plumbing. The microcirculation is where the rubber hits the road. It consists of something closer to irrigation hoses. They leak, and they're supposed to leak. This leaking function is why they're so important. The microcirculation is the only place where nutrient exchange takes place. The nutrients we ingest, digest, and absorb make it into the circulation for delivery to the cells. It's in the tiny, leaky vessels where these nutrients move from the bloodstream into the tissues and cells of the body. It's also where most of the metabolic waste products are picked up for removal from those tissues and transported to the organs that eliminate them from the body. Way back in the 1920s and 30s, Dr. Otto Warburg received 2 Nobel Prizes for his work on the mitochondria. His research clearly showed that the single primary cause of cancer had to do with damage to mitochondrial respiration and energy production. His work was exceptional, and to this day it has never been refuted. In other words, cancer is caused by mitochondrial dysfunction. A student of his set out to learn more in hopes of being able to reverse the damage to the mitochondria. Dr. Manfred von Ardeen was the student's name. Once Warburg demonstrated that damage to the mitochondrial respiration was the only primary cause of cancer, von Ardeen went looking at how this could be corrected or reversed. He spent over 30 years researching and working to figure it out. He wanted to understand what damages mitochondrial respiration and what could be done to correct it. He discovered that there were many things that can damage the mitochondria, but there seemed to be only one primary consistent culprit. It had to do with the microcirculation. Apparently, it's very common for the microcirculation to become damaged over time, most likely from a combination of toxins, nutritional imbalances, and other stressors. We'll do a deeper dive into the other things that can damage the mitochondria in the next deep dive. These factors led to a spasm-like constriction of the tiny, smooth muscles that control the diameter of the vessels of the microcirculation. Once these muscles make this shift to a somewhat chronic constricted state, they get stuck there. A variety of things will temporarily open them, such as exercise and heat. Unfortunately, in a short amount of time, the vessels constrict once again. He tried many things to open and reset the microcirculation over his 30-plus year quest, but found only one thing that worked. He made several very interesting discoveries along the way. The main thing that consistently damages the mitochondria has to do with reduced oxygen delivery. This is primarily due to constriction of the microcirculation. 3. Once the microcirculation is constricted for a period of time, it gets stuck there. This restricted state becomes the new default. Number 4, he also discovered that there appears to be a way to reset it back to the proper youthful level or diameter. He wrote an entire textbook detailing these discoveries, and his research, it's called Oxygen Multi-Step Therapy. It's pretty dense reading, but extremely thorough and well done. The technique was eventually renamed EWOT for exercise with oxygen therapy or exercise with oxygen training. And it has gone through several major enhancements over the years. Basically, it involves performing some form of exercise or other activity that increases metabolism while breathing a high concentration of oxygen. The original protocol called for 30-minute sessions performed as close together as reasonably possible. This would open and reset the microcirculation to youthful levels and keep it there for 6 to 12 months or longer, depending on a person's lifestyle. The healthier the overall lifestyle, the longer the youthful level of microcirculation was maintained. One of the great things is that once reset, it could be kept there with only periodic refresher sessions. At Arterioles Technology Center, one of the main things that we do, and one of the foundations of almost all of our programs, includes two advanced forms of EWOT. We call them the trifecta and PPOT, or peak performance oxygen training. The trifecta combines whole body vibration with red and near infrared light therapy along with oxygen. These sessions last about 20 minutes. PPOT is a shorter, more intense EWOT protocol performed on the ROM machine, which is perhaps the best single exercise device ever created. We found these two advanced EWOT protocols to be extremely effective at restoring youthful microcirculation. Of course, there's more to optimizing health than just supporting, opening, and resetting the microcirculation, but that is an extremely important step. Remember, the point is to restore proper mitochondrial function. We'll talk about that in more detail on another presentation. For now, let's revisit the overall process. See the overview presentation for further explanation of how the forums are interrelated and interdependent. The interrelation between the microcirculation and mitochondria is pretty straightforward. If the microcirculation is damaged or restricted, nutrient and oxygen delivery will be restricted to all cells. Restrictions of nutrients and oxygen to the cells, and therefore to the mitochondria, leads to damage to the mitochondria and reduced energy production. That means less energy than needed to run the metabolism and maintain health. Hopefully, it's self-evident that all four of the M's are interdependent. The microcirculation feeds our cells and mitochondria. The mitochondria package energy into ATP to run our metabolism. The metabolism what allows for life and our very existence. The muscles are our primary metabolic reserve of protein and mitochondria. They also contain most of our microcirculation. If the microcirculation is restricted, the mitochondria become damaged and metabolic efficiency becomes compromised. That, in turn, compromises one's overall health, leading to disease. I end with the illustration of the 4Ms as a simplified tool to help you understand the underlying cause and mechanism of all chronic disease processes. It's also the key to helping your body to heal and recover from all chronic disease processes, as well as to recover from most, if not all, acute injuries. If you find this information useful and empowering, you can learn more about how we support the 4Ms, health and healing, at www.artc.health. And here's the diagram.